Welcome to the Humane Roundup PAWcast, where we take you into the demanding yet rewarding lives of animal control, animal service, and humane officers. And now, with over 50 years of combined experience, here is Officer Hildy and his crew of animal welfare professionals.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Yo, what's up, everybody?
What it is?
Keeping it humane, man.
Humane.
Yeah.
Keeping the peace of streets, yo.
How do you guys like that new intro?
I
Like
like it.
It's pretty dope.
It's fun.
What do the listeners think about the intro?
Yeah, tell us what you guys think about that. We think it's awesome. So,
Call us.
yeah.
For the first starter, I thought it was going to be like that football one. Hey! Or that hockey.
Welcome to episode 23 of the Humane Roundup. We're trucking along here. And this episode's just kind of like just like a fun episode. We don't really have a topic to talk about, but we're just going to roll with it and see what happens. And everyone's here except for Kyle. Kyle is working, so hopefully he shows up at some point during the episode. That would be cool, but
Hopefully he's alive.
yeah, we don't even know
call
if he's
him and
alive.
text him, he's not responding. He's dedicated.
Yeah, so hopefully he's alive still.
Maybe he's
but-
downstairs in someone's basement putting lotion on his skin.
Oh, no.
Hey, shout out to Kyle, though. That video he made for Don't F with Cats is
Oh,
pretty
that
good.
video's
Yeah.
awesome.
He crushed that.
If you guys haven't seen Officer Paw Patrol's video from this week, you got to check it out. It's pretty awesome. I'm actually going to put the link down in the show notes, so check it out. It is about the Netflix documentary, Don't Fuck with Cats. And if you haven't seen
Don't
it,
do
it's
it.
pretty awesome. And
Yeah, man. Dang.
if you want to watch Kyle's video first, it's like a 9-minute video, so you can get all hyped up and then go and watch it.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, he has a new intro, too.
Yeah, he
has a
does.
new intro and everything. Updated.
Yeah. So, just a few announcements before we do get started. I forgot to turn off the Save Australia campaign. So someone bought a shirt after it was supposed to end, which relaunched a new 15-day campaign. So
Nice.
Still going, y'all. Still
I
on.
shut it down now, but this current campaign is still going until Sunday. So you have until Sunday at midnight to get your last chance Save Australia gear. And I did want to announce that so far we have $58.72 to donate. But if all of you guys remember,
Ballers.
Officer Paw Patrol said he was going to match anything that we raised.
Yeah, he did.
So really, we have $117.44 to donate, and there's still a couple of days to go to bump that number up. So go over and get your apparel. The link will be in the show notes. And I wanted to take a moment to thank those of you that have already bought gear to help us support the devastation that's happening in Australia. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
They look like good shirts. Hildy was sharing some of the pictures in the mug. They look really nice, actually.
Yeah,
Really
they
nice.
turned out great. I got an olive green one, and I think they turned out wonderful. Again, thank you guys that have purchased already and are going to purchase. Next, I wanted to give our bet away from Coranda.
What?
Let's do it.
Yeah, we had a few people do some reviews like we asked to enter for a chance to win a cat bed, a dog bed, or a cat tower up to 3 levels from Coranda. And so shout out to Coranda, first of all, for letting us do this. Thank you, Coranda. Thank you, Molly. And let's get to some of these reviews. Number 1 from an ACO Manette, MENANT. He says, ACO Manette here, and I listen faithfully to the Humane Roundup. Every Friday, I tune in to get good laughs and to hear what's happening in the animal control world. The show helps me get through cleaning kennels before I get on the streets and work my calls. I learn a lot about how other ACOs handle their business and try to implement some of their ideas here in Louisiana. Glad we finally have a show that talks about the job and what we go through on a daily basis. Keep up the good work, guys. Hashtag Coranda.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a
That's
good
number
one.
Number 2. This one's from Officer Warren. Officer Warren says, "It's been great since listening to you guys. I am glad I found this page and be able to relate with people who work in this field. There is great advice and good topics to listen to. Hashtag Coranda." And number 3, Jamie is her name. She says, "Let me start off by saying that I have nothing to do with animal control or law enforcement. That being said, I do have 2 dogs, so that's something, right? Question mark. As a listener from day one, I was trying to support my friend, Officer Hildy, but quickly became hooked. I love being able to see, in quotations here, the evolution of the show, getting to know the guys better, and honestly just learning things I wouldn't normally have the opportunity to learn in my day-to-day environment." She is a nurse, so shout out to all the nurses out there. And she continues saying, "I genuinely enjoy listening to and laughing with you guys. Keep killing it. Hashtag Humane Maine. Hashtag
Oh, dang. She went to
Coranda.
Humane.
Someone said it.
Hashtag PAWcast."
I like that. I like that.
My vote might be, I don't know, getting swayed.
I got somebody that hit me up on my Facebook.
Oh, okay.
His name is Jerry Hirsch, and he goes, "Love the podcast. I'm playing catch up on them, but so far it's been great listing aid and giving me idea on stuff to look out for. Been an ACO for about 1.5 years.
Nice.
He's a new guy.
Welcome.
So shout out, Jerry. Welcome.
Shout out Jerry. So what do you
out,
guys
Jerry.
think? These are 3.
Well, you know who got my vote. We keeping it humane, man.
These are 3 great reviews.
Well, how are we going to pick the winner? Are we going to do it right now?
Yeah, let's do it right now.
All right, here we go. There's 4 of them, right? So at the same time, somebody yells out one.
Well, technically, there's only 3 of them. A part of the
okay.
rules was that you had to add hashtag Coranda,
correct.
and only 3
Okay.
people followed the rules.
Sorry, Jerry, you are out. But thanks for hooking. Thanks for the give you a shout out, dude. Thanks.
Hey, Jerry texted me too on JOE the ACO.
Thanks for reaching out, Jerry. Thanks for reaching out.
It's between 1 and 3.
1 and 3, dude.
But if you really want to know, for me, I think 3, because she says she was a first-time listener from the beginning.
And she's
And she
still
saw-
here.
Yeah, she saw us evolve to what it is. Your
Yeah.
ears got to hurt, so she's put up with a lot of pain. So number 3 for me.
I'm kind of torn between 1 and 3. Reason why: number 1 has to put up with all the BS in the kennels, and then more BS
That's
out in the
true.
field. Dang!
You know what's cool, though? is there's going to be more opportunities for people to win these Coranda
Yeah.
events.
Oh, there's so many opportunities.
Yeah.
All right, everybody at the same time, yell out the number at the count of 3. 1, 2,
2,
3. 1.
3.
3.
3.
All right.
We got 3
1.
votes for 3.
All right.
Keep
All
it
right.
humane, man.
All right.
Congratulations,
Sorry.
Jamie. You are the winner of a Coranda dog bed, cat bed, or cat tower up to 3 tiers. We will be in contact with you to get you in touch with Molly over at Coranda Shelter Beds, who will send you your prize in the mail.
This is our first giveaway, huh?
This is
First
our first
giveaway.
giveaway.
Wow, that's special because she started from the beginning and she was also the first one to get something free from the
That's-
Humane
that's
Roundup
pretty cool.
podcast.
Started
That's
from the
cool.
bottom, now she's here.
That's cool. It paid off. It finally paid off.
Congratulations, Jamie. Yay!
Yay! Sick. All right. Joe, do we want to wait? Because Kyle said he was going to do your interview, so I don't want to take that away from him.
Do you
Yeah.
know him?
I don't mind waiting because I'm on call and I messed up some of your guys' interviews, so I want mine to be perfect.
All right. And then, Daniel, I believe you have some state rankings for us.
Wait, hold on. Before we move on, I just want to do something real quick, okay? Only because I feel like I have to do it in the beginning of the podcast because I don't want to wait till later. First of all, we've been talking about Corona dog beds, and I just want to thank Molly because she hooked me up with the microphone that she suggested that she had extra, and she sent it over. So she helped me out. If you guys been listening to the podcast, you guys know I've been cutting in and out, been having issues with my microphone and my setup and everything. Well, Molly helped me out with this microphone, and now is actually perfect. Now I can connect with the guys, hear these guys, and hear myself when I speak. So now just everything is so much smoother. So,
Yeah.
Sorry, Molly.
Here it goes.
I'm on call too, so this kind of interrupted my thank you. Hello?
Hey, it's Sheriff's Dispatch.
Hey, how you doing?
Hoping you're already out and about.
No, I'm not. Why?
No. Okay, so we got an RP that's calling in a cat that got hit by a car, or should I say clipped by a car. But it's disabled in the middle of the street, and everyone's afraid to go to the cat because it keeps hissing at them.
Okay, where at?
It's going to be on.
Okay,
Yeah, so they put one of the recycling trash cans like in the middle of the road to kind of try and stop other vehicles from running over it.
Okay, can you give me the RP's information, please?
She didn't want to leave it.
So-
I got her name and I got the number off.
It's going to be gone when he gets there.
But her and then
Sounds like a
everyone
DOA.
else over,
Right?
they said they're all leaving. So I'm like,
Fuck.
okay. She sounded a little bit drunk herself.
Perfect, thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye. So anyways, guys, I just want to shout out Molly from Corona Dog Beds because she did help me out with this microphone. She sent me a Blue Yeti mic, and now I can actually connect with you guys and hear you guys better and hear myself. So thank you, Molly, if you're listening. Thank you for helping us out so I can connect with these guys at a much better level. And the other thing, guys, because we were giving away a Corona Dog Bed, I want a Corona Dog Bed. So there's so many different ways to win. All I did is went to her Facebook, and then I added the old shelter I used to work for, and they picked my name out of a raffle. So I'm going to be getting a free Corona Dog Bed. So there's so many different ways to win. I'm so excited to check it out. And she is our sponsor, or Corona Beds is our sponsor. Talk about Molly as well, helping us out. So yeah, guys, check her out. Check out Corona Dog Beds. They're great. And thank you again for the microphone. I got to go to this call. So I'll catch you guys on some light PD stuff. When I get on scene, I'll hop on and I'll tell you guys what's going on.
Be safe, bro.
All right, guys.
Hey,
Peace.
flip flop.
Later, guys. Bye.
Later. Stay safe.
You too.
Daniel, I believe you have some 2019 United States Animal Protection Law state rankings for us.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is put out by the Animal Legal Defense Fund. You can check it out at aldf.org. Again, aldf.org. They rank each state based on their animal protection, animal cruelty laws. They even rank U.S. territories. And so if you have the time to go there and check out where your stank rate stink. Wow.
Oh, dang.
Stank ass.
Stank. Put some stank on it.
where your state rates. You might be pretty surprised. And then it might inspire you to continue to work hard to see what you can do. So number one, do you guys want to take a guess? I know you may have looked it over, but what is the number one state in the United States of America for animal cruelty laws? The best state per ALDF.
Texas.
Texas for Ouch. What do you got, Hildy?
I don't want to vote. I'm staring at it right now.
Okay, so if our boy Officer Paw Patrol was here, he would be very proud to say Illinois is number one.
Yeah.
Sure enough, Illinois is number one. It's been number one for quite some time. Oh, wait, he's in Michigan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but he's in Michigan. But he's a neighboring state, so he's still proud.
Hey, it's close enough, bro.
Close enough. It's still, they have lots of mullets in Illinois.
So, anyway, Illinois is number one.
We're totally leaving that in, by the way.
Number 2 is Oregon. We'll round out the top. Oregon. Let's do this. Number 3 is my state of Colorado. Holla. Number 4 is Maine. Keeping it humane, Maine. Number 5 is Rhode Island, then Massachusetts. Number 7, Louisiana. I know I'm surprised the southern state is in there, and we can talk later on why I feel that way, but Louisiana is 7, so that's great to hear. Number 8 is California, so there you guys go.
No, it's California party.
Washington, and then rounding out the top 10 is Florida. What? Now, I know you know the list, but Ocho, who do you think is number 50?
50? Hawaii.
So Hawaii is actually one of the states that still allow for some bestiality, as we talk about just weird stuff.
Dang.
Yeah, there's 4 states left in the country that don't have bestiality laws, but we're not here for that right now. But Mississippi, number 50. Mississippi.
I'm actually surprised. I thought it would be something like Oklahoma or like Alabama.
It's basically states. The same as Mississippi. Mississippi.
So, yeah. I wanted to point out that this list is broken into a top tier, a middle tier, and a bottom tier.
Yes.
And all of us here on the podcast, our states are in the top tier. So that is awesome.
Illinois is number 1.
Yeah.
Michigan is 13 for all you OPP fans out there. Kyle, we got you at number 13, bud. And then it also, so that's pretty cool. This is interactive. So that's the overall grade. Then you can go in and break it down. So certain states have laws for mandatory reporting of animal cruelty if you're a veterinarian. Some have permissive states, and then one state in the entire country, it's prohibited for a veterinarian to actually report animal cruelty. So it's really cool to go in there, and that's Kentucky, by the way. But it's really cool to go in there and take a look at it broken down that way. Then it breaks it down by court-ordered psychiatric evaluations. And I just had a case, and I talked about it through you guys. We were texting about a dog stabbing that we had, and court-ordered mental health evaluation and mental health treatment was ordered in that case. So it's exciting to see that in my state, in Colorado, in California, and obviously in Illinois and even Michigan, it's mandatory. And then some other states have it as a permissive law, and then some are as none. So some laws don't have it at all. Joe, you back?
I'm gonna try to listen to you guys, and if I sound like crap, I'm just gonna exit. Just let me know.
You sound good now. So then we're breaking it down more of the state stuff. Some have a post-conviction possession bans, basically saying that they may not be allowed to own an animal for a certain period of time, and that breaks it down per state. So it's really cool to go in there and look at that. Again, those tiers that we talked about, but go in there, find your state, and break it down. There's a few other animal fighting paraphernalia, and then laws against dogs and hot cars, and like I mentioned, sexual assault on animals. And you'd be surprised that there is still 4 states in the United States of America that do not have any law against sexual assault on animals. Jeez. Which is surprising to think in the year 2020 that wouldn't be something that is regulated. So what's your thoughts on that, people? Please drop us a line on our pages. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where you rank. Maybe we'll put something up there and have people shout out their state and what we can do to help everybody move up to that top tier. We're close. Most of the states in the country are in the middle tier, and then you have 15 in the top tier and 14, I believe, in the bottom tier. So really quick, this is a quick interview question. I'm going to just throw it out there as an impulsive part of the show. Hildy, what is your greatest strength and what is your greatest weakness?
So I actually got asked this in my interview, and I would say my greatest strength is my communication skills. I think I'm able to connect with just about anyone and like have a conversation with them, be able to get my point across, or just have a conversation with just about anyone. except for when I can't pronounce words like Eastern or whatever. But I would say my interpersonal skills are my strength. I think I'm a very approachable person, and I'm able to basically relate with just about anyone, I think. And then I would say my biggest weakness is that I don't know. Sometimes I'm a little bit of a pushover because I care so much about what people think of us as a whole, basically, I guess. And so I try to be careful about things that I do or say that might cause someone to have a negative opinion about animal control officers or animal welfare in general. And I'm not, some people are probably listening to this and thinking, oh, well, that's not a bad thing. But what I mean is that sometimes I would rather give someone a warning versus writing them a citation when they probably deserve the citation, just because I don't want them to have that negative
Absolutely.
experience. So I would say that is my weakness.
Good deal, man. I'm going to move on to.
What about you?
I was going to ask Ocho, but for me, mine is simple, and it's the same for both my greatest strength and my greatest weakness. It's my enthusiasm. And for me, I get excited. I want to go. It motivates me. It motivates me to be part of this podcast. It motivates me to hand out Matchbox trucks. It motivates me to speak and try to teach and just be communicable. How do you say that word?
You're asking the wrong people. You're asking,
the wrong.
You're asking Hildy.
But being able to really just help people, and I feel like I learn as much as I teach when I do my sessions, because I'm able to really open it up, and the classes are very interactive. And then it's a double-edged sword. So because I'm so enthusiastic, I believe that, I can be a difficult employee at times, because I just want to go. I don't want to wait for approval. I don't want to, ask before I do something, because I'm so excited and have no patience. So my enthusiasm is something that, I try to work on, but at the same time, I try to allow it to be creative and run free to help continue to help move this profession forward.
Yeah. And for just really quick random thing to throw in there, for those of you that didn't realize what just happened from our earlier interaction with JOE the ACO getting a call out while being on call, he is with us. He's mobile now.
On the go.
So he's listening to us on his cell phone as he's on his way to this call out to deal with the cat that got hit by a car. So
this is like live PD stuff.
Live PD.
Yeah.
But it's
Live action.
live ACO.
Live ACO. No, but back to Dan, what he was saying is so true, because I could definitely see him being that person. I shared a story on my feed. I was literally thinking of Dan, because that's him. Like he, I feel like you get in trouble, but for good reasons. Like, because you're always trying to help, and you're like, hey man, you're trying to help, but like you can't be going that crazy now. So that's why I thought about it. I'm like, I'm gonna tag Dan on this, because that's probably what he looks like, what I do now.
So true, bro. So true.
What about you, JOE the ACO?
That's funny.
Are you there, Joe?
What happened? Did I break?
We're losing JOE the ACO.
What's so funny?
Oh man! All right, what about you, Tony?
I'm driving by the hills.
I think my greatest strength is I'm pretty reliable. They tell me to do something, they know. That's what they told me, that if I tell you to do something, they know it's going to get done. So that's probably my greatest strength. My weakness is my intolerance and lack of patience for chaos. for my personal space and disorganization. I cannot stand disorganization. I have no patience for it. I get super upset, and that's what I need to relax. I can understand. I can work with chaos, organized chaos. Like we work, go on fires. We're chaotic, but we're organized. And there's other stuff. It's just people going haywire. I'm like, oh, I can't stand it. I got to get away. I feel like punching something. I can't stand it. I have no patience.
I would say that is a thing that I struggle with too, not necessarily the chaos portion of it, but the lack of patience that I have for what I refer to as stupid people. Just because I don't know. And I'm not bashing myself at all right now, but I don't think that I am even close to being the smartest person on the planet. So when I hear something or see something or read something and it makes sense to me, and then someone else comes by and maybe hears or sees or reads the same thing that I read, and they like do the opposite of what it's asking, I get so infuriated because I'm like, how does this not make sense to you? Like, this is perfectly crystal clear. Like, how does this not make sense to you?
Yeah.
So that's a thing that I struggle with as well. And Dan, I liked your answer because I used to answer the same way as far as my communication skills, I guess, because I will talk to someone for hours about what I do. Like, I enjoy my job so much, and I enjoy talking and communicating and being social so much that I will spend a lot more time on calls than other officers do, because I want to make sure people fully understand what it is that I'm like asking them to do or requiring them to do. Or I just want to like quarantining people's animals. Like sometimes us going to people's house to quarantine their dog is the first that they've ever dealt with something like that. So it's very weird, I think, for them to be like, well, first of all, why are you here? Second of all, why are you asking me all of these questions? And why are we doing this? Is this like some rule that your agency made up? Like, what's going on? So on every bite, I like go through the whole process of like, hey, we're not trying to figure out currently if your dog's aggressive or mean or whatever. Like, the state requires that we do this. And if it were your pig or your horse that bit someone, we'd be having the same conversation. And so I just try to like break everything down for people so that they understand what's going on and that there's no room for animal control came and took my dog and I don't understand why they took my dog. While some people still will try to play that card on Facebook to get everyone riled up. But I know at the end of the day that I gave them all the information that I needed to give them. So, hey, it's Officer Hildy here, and I wanted to tell you about Anchor FM. We use Anchor for the Humane Roundup podcast for a few reasons. Let me explain. Anchor is free. They've got tons of tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your computer or smartphone. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Also, everything you need to make a podcast is here in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And that's ANCHOR.FM.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Joe, are you with us again?
Yeah, I'm here.
So what about you? What are your strengths and weaknesses?
My strengths, I can relate to you, Hildy. Communication. I always think communication is key, especially for this field. I'm really good at communicating with people and all kinds of people. And that's something I've always been good at with this job. My weakness, though, sometimes I just like to help so much that I end up helping even the wrong people that it backfires on me. You know, because you try to see people for what's going on and then like you're just trying to help them out and then it backfires on you because you didn't cite them or whatever, or you go back 3 months later, they didn't fix what they were supposed to fix, and now that call bit you in the ass. So I like to talk and I like to help. So those two can work against me.
Yeah, for sure. I want to report that Officer Paw Patrol is alive. He just texted us, so
You all right?
he's all right, and he's on his way home.
OPP.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for that impromptu question, Daniel.
You're welcome. That's how we do it on the roundup.
Hey, you know what? The other thing that happened when I shared that California handbook, the law book. Hello?
Yeah.
Yo. Paw Patrol in the building.
Yo,
Don't
you guys
fuck
hear me?
with cats.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Man, that was a crazy night.
Dude, what happened?
Hey, we're both going at it, Kyle.
Police were executing a search warrant and called me out because when they got there were 3 dogs in the house. Normally not a big deal, except the owners of the dogs are, just say, not going to be going home for a while. So.
Understood.
That's how we do it in the Humane Roundup podcast. We working and podcasting. What it is.
Yeah, except now 2 of us sound like we did on episode 1.
Yeah. I was sounding good at the
But
beginning.
it's better though than all of us sounding like we're on episode 1.
This is true. Very true.
Yes.
It sounds like we're calling live from the scene.
Well, and it's awesome. It's awesome too because it's like live PD, but it's live ACO.
And
Yeah.
honestly, obviously it's not going to be this way every week, but it really, to me, it sounds super authentic. Like I love hearing you guys in the car because that's what we do every day. And we talk to each other in the car. I talk to my fellow officers all the time. And so it just kind of brings that back to reality for everybody listening.
Right.
Yeah. Some of my best thinking comes from driving in the car. Or the bathroom.
Or the best.
That's what I was gonna say. It's my office. I got 2 offices: my dog truck and the restroom.
That's funny. No,
Well, go ahead, Joe.
I was saying about the law book when I shared that on my feed. I had a bunch of officers message me saying that theirs was only like 10 pages long. So people were asking me where to buy it. So I kept sending people the link on where they can buy the California handbook, the California law book. And I was surprised because they were from different states. So they're like, yeah, we kind of want to look at it, see what it is that you guys all enforce. So I'm like, oh, wow, I thought they were all like that.
Yeah, no, dude. I don't think some states have that at all.
That's
and
crazy.
I think it's an awesome resource that we have here
It
in
is
California.
a great sleep aid.
A great sleep aid.
If I can't sleep, I read about a page or 2 and I'm out.
Yeah, the only thing that annoys me a little bit is that this book is probably like at least 1,000 pages. Like it's real thick.
Yeah.
And every single year they print new ones. And I'm like, dude, just like add some inserts. Like we can stick them in and rip out old pages.
754 pages.
Yeah, it's a very thick book that they reprint every single year. So
I got my new one already, so I'm about to re-tab mine.
by the way, Kyle, you're from Illinois now. You'll hear all about it on the show.
Okay, fair enough. Am I at least like from the cool part of Illinois or like the shitty part?
No,
Yeah,
you're
it's the best
boring
state
part.
in the country for
like
animal
Aurora.
cruelty laws. So you're the man.
Is it? Is Illinois really number 1?
Oh, boo.
Wait, say that again?
Is Illinois really number 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how excited we were.
Can you guess who's number 50?
It's got to be someone like down south.
Yes.
You're hot. Yeah.
You're sexy.
want to say like Louisiana or Mississippi.
Mississippi for the win.
Am I right?
Yeah. That's awesome.
To be fair, Mississippi, let's be honest, they're probably like 20 years behind the rest of the country when it comes to everything. So,
They also still allow sex between humans and animals.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say they allow it.
actually, not to get like too deep, but like when it comes to bestiality laws, that's actually one spot where Michigan is actually seriously lacking.
But I don't think it's necessarily that they condone it, but I just maybe feel like if there's not a law, maybe it's not an issue that they're having.
Well, it could be. I know in Michigan we actually don't have a bestiality law. All we have is sodomy, which actually handcuffs us sometimes in investigations because we need penetration in order to charge. If there's no penetration, there's no crime.
Weird.
Dang. So there's a lot of people there's a lot of scared sheep out there. A lot of scared sheep people walking around.
But I found out
A lot of scared sheep people walking around with Velcro pants.
But I'm serious because in one of my cases that I had some chick who was jerking her dog off,
Jeez.
and I submitted it up to the prosecutor's office. I had video of it, and I couldn't get charges on it because they were like, "Is it really being cruel to the dog? The dog probably likes it."
Well,
like,
you know
what the fuck?
But you know what? There's a lot of people
God.
that do that when they breed bulldogs. People breed bulldogs; they do the same thing. So, there's
But
an
then don't
argument
you also
there.
have to look at the greater picture though?
Dang, JOE the ACO getting blown up.
Joe's getting a double call.
Hello?
Hi, is this Joe?
Yeah, it is.
For
Hey.
the request for you guys to respond about that cat?
Yeah.
Okay, so the unit is out there with the cat. It appears to be alive still, but it looks like it has a broken back leg. Just wanna let you know.
Ooh, damn.
Okay. I'm about like 25 minutes away.
Okay.
I'll be there, and we'll depending on the situation, we'll probably have to euthanize on the spot.
Okay, all right, I'll let him know. Thank you.
All right, cool. Bye.
Bye.
Yo, you euthanize on the spot, son?
Yeah.
With
guys
a rifle?
Dude, you got drugs with you?
Yeah.
Rifle.
You guys don't?
Rifle
That's
or
so
drum?
dope. He got drugs.
What?
Dang.
Bro.
Blue juice, baby. Blue juice.
I am certified in euthanasia, where I can euthanize on scene.
I am too, but we don't got drugs in our truck.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't have drugs. In Colorado, you are not, as an animal control officer, you are not allowed to euthanize a domestic pet without a veterinarian exam. So for me to be able to euthanize on the spot, wouldn't be able to do it unless it's wildlife.
Well, let me clarify. So basically, if I get to the scene and based on my professional opinion, if I think this animal is suffering, it doesn't have a tag or a chip and is agonal, I have to call my supervisor and say, hey, this is what it is, and he'll give me the right to do it. If it has a tag, then I have to take to a vet or try to make contact with the dog owners or cat owner. If they don't respond, then I have to take it to the vet.
Got it.
Hey, I've got a question on that. If you euthanize in the field, does it count against your euthanasia rate for the shelter?
Good question.
No, actually, it doesn't.
Okay. I was just curious. I was really wondering. I didn't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question, though, because a lot of people always ask that.
The new thing here in California, though, is that we all have to have these permits through the veterinary medical board to be able to euthanize. Like before, we used to just be able to do it after we went to the class. But now the state's requiring that we have certificates that we have to renew, I think, every 3 years.
Yeah, they did that with us also. We used to carry the blue juice us in our trucks, but I don't know, something happened where now it has to be locked up in the vet's office. We had like little safes in our truck, but I guess it was too much.
It's like
too much paperwork.
it's something with like the USDA or
DEA. The
DEA. Yeah, it was the
the
DEA.
DEA. Yeah. Yeah. The
Yeah,
DEA.
it's not fun carrying drugs because, yeah, they do monitor that and they're very strict about that. And you could lose your job if your count doesn't add up at the end of your bottle. So, yeah, it's not fun having it. So
Actually, the fatal is the one drug that I don't carry in my vehicle. I carry ketamine, xylazine, and tilazol. But if I have to euthanize anything in the field, it's either getting shot with my shotgun or I'm taking it to a vet.
I want a shotgun.
Dang, you don't even have like a rifle? It's just a full-on shotgun.
Sawed-off shotgun with
blow it to pieces.
Yeah,
Street
sawed-off
cheaper.
Just
shotgun.
blow it to
Hey, how
pieces.
many of you
Full-on
guys
street
actually
cheaper.
how many of you guys actually carry one? Because we don't carry
Shotgun?
one. Yeah, you carry
No,
one.
we don't care.
We had 22s at my last agency, but we don't currently
The only
carry.
guns I have in my vehicle are on each arm.
Sling.
Daniel's been waiting
Sling-
10 minutes to say that.
Yeah,
I'm on a roll tonight, man.
Skinny long arms. Skinny long arms.
Sling arms.
That's my new nickname at work, man. They call me Long Arms now.
Skinny long arms. You got to share that screenshot.
That's funny, bro.
Well, since Kyle's driving and can't read, I'm going to do his news story for him. This story is from January the 22nd, so not very long ago. And on that day, Assembly member Rudy Salas, Salas, from Bakersfield, joined a group of public safety dispatchers from across the state for a press conference to celebrate AB 1945. That's Assembly Bill 1945, which recognizes public safety dispatchers by classifying them as first responders. What do you guys think about that?
Man,
Get him, Oach.
this is ridiculous.
Get him, Oach.
How are they first responders? They take a
Good
phone
for
call.
dispatchers is a slap in the face to everyone else.
First responders is to respond somewhere. You don't just answer the phone. It could be traumatic if they're dying on the phone, but come on. They're not out there.
You know
They're
what?
not out there. Nobody hates. Who hates dispatchers? Nobody. Who hates dog catchers? Everybody hates us. That's ridiculous.
So, help me understand. Are we or are we not first responders? Because Ocho, you go to so many fires. Someone explain that to me.
There's only certain people that consider us first responders. Some are. I think the only one that knows is Knott's Berry Farm, amusement park. Certain rescues consider us first responders, the fire departments. But no, we are first responders. We're out there with the fire department, worried about animals, chasing them down, and I got pictures. There's fires on both sides of my truck. I got embers hitting my truck that were flying through there. But
so what?
For us to be
what makes
not considered first responders, man.
What's a first responder to you?
Somebody's out there that gets called out to action.
Yeah.
Not takes a call for action. No. That's bull.
So I'm on usfra.org right now, which is the basically it's a first responders association, and they
Me right now?
What's up?
Yeah, we got you.
What'd you say, Joe?
Can you hear me now?
All right, whatever, Joe. So anyways, it's the United States First Responders Association, and they do list dog wardens, animal control officers, SPCA officers as first responders on their list here.
Why is it 3 different names? Why can't it just be one? Why? Why?
Why is it not just
know,
animal
bro.
control officers?
Hey, can I actually say something about us being on that list, which is like pretty critical, and it might actually help some people.
Go ahead.
For anyone that has student loan debt and is an animal control officer, something that President Obama signed into law when he was president was that if you were a first responder, after 10 years of paying on your student loans, you would get student loan forgiveness. Animal control officers fall under that umbrella. So if you're one of those people that are in, crippling student loan debt and you're making a public servant salary like we do in animal control, after 10 years you can get full student loan forgiveness. So because of that list right there that Hildy was talking about.
Put that link up in the show notes.
Yeah, we need to link
post.
that.
I'm gonna post the hell out of that.
I'm about to go to college.
Yeah, I get scammer calls about the school debt. I've been to school in 25 years, almost 30 years.
So my thoughts on this is that I think that while it doesn't include us currently, I think this is a good step for us, because if dispatchers are classified as first responders, that just leaves a gate open for us to next go and say, hey, well, if they're first responders, we are for sure we're first responders, because we are actually responding to calls. We are keeping the public safe from rabies, aggressive animals, wild animals, all of those things. So I think it's just opening the door for us to... Did I do what?
Did you say rabies or rapies?
Rabies.
Oh.
Or did I say rapies?
Rabies.
It kind of sounded like you said rapey. I was like, I don't know what your job description is. I'm in a car, so you got to cut me some slack.
Yeah. So the only issue, though, is here in California, in our government code, I believe, is where it defines what a first responder is. And it currently says a first responder means a state or local peace officer, emergency medical technician, or firefighter.
But doesn't your state statute say that animal control officers are peace officers?
No, it says that we are not peace officers, but we have peace officer powers.
Yes.
We are in Colorado.
Adam Bates, Adam 5, 97 on scene.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a live look into an actual live animal capture. JOE the ACO is out with an injured cat hit by car, possibly non-mobile.
So here we are. Deputies on scene. Hey, how you doing?
This segment is sponsored by Coranda Beds. Coranda Beds sponsored.
Coranda Shelter Beds.
Thank you.
All right, let me get a towel.
Sonic is getting the crate out of his truck.
I love how we all know exactly what those sounds are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Joe, you got to give us a play-by-play.
Wow.
I thought that was real. I was like, fuck, Joe just got attacked. TTJ, transferred to Jesus.
I always want to do that. And the outcomes.
Dude, I might have to use that acronym. I might have to put that in my next 45 report.
Dude, I learned that from a vet clinic. They just kept saying that. And I was like, what the hell does TTJ mean? I've never even heard of that. And they're like, transferred to Jesus. I was like, literally, I'm saying that for the rest of my life. Wait, Kyle,
Dude,
are you home? Is that your bird?
Yeah, I just walked in the door.
Your bird's like, hell yeah, you're home.
Hey, he's like, feed me, motherfucker.
I know, right?
Well, the problem is with me when I'm on call is I'm like 35 minutes away from my department, and it never fucking fails. I'll get called out, wrap up whatever I need to, get all the way back home, and then I get called out again.
I'm all sorry, wrong number.
Normally, I'm telling dispatch, like, yeah, that's not a fucking emergency. That can wait until our next business day.
Definitely. We have a 90-minute response time.
Like you're allowed 90 minutes, or that's how long it takes you?
From the time that we get the call to when we need to respond. So what I do is I technically say, hey, look, it's up to 90 minutes. You know I'm in my skippies. I got to get dressed. I got to do all this stuff. By the time I get out there, just bring it in. And if it's an injured, if they're able to handle it, I'll even advise them to go to the vet clinic themselves and just call it in. I'll call the vet clinic and be like, hey, you have this coming.
Well, see, that's what our cops do. They, anything injured, they take it in. We have a 24-hour clinic in our city. Anything injured, they have access to our shelter. So if there's just a stray running around, we have kennels and intake. They can just throw it in. The only time they really call us is if it's like something that they can't deal with. And thankfully, our canine officers are dope as fuck. So generally, they'll call us. Like the last time they called me, there was a dog that got hit by a car and it was stuck in the wheel well of the car. And they were trying to get it out, but it kept trying to bite them. And so they called. I was drunk, or not drunk, but I was like half a bottle of wine deep already. So I was like, I'm not driving. And so one of our canine officers had a muzzle, and he was like, he just fucking went over there, put the muzzle on it, got it out of there, and they were able to get it over to the vet. But I also have a vet tech and a veterinarian who have a clinic in town who like will drop anything and go and deal with something. So they were prepared to like go over and sedate it, get it out of the car, take it back to their clinic, doctor it up or euthanize it, whatever needed to happen. And we don't even have a contract with them. They just are cool like that and will do stuff. So yeah. So I think Joe died.
No,
so...
I'm here.
Oh, what's up?
So I clear the scene already. I'm code 4. Yeah, the guy was pretty bad. He was paralyzed from the bottom down, from the waist down. So I had to call it in and put the guy down. So he's done. Yeah. So
TTJ.
Yeah, did you hear Hildy's new saying for that?
Hey, Kyle, you sound better.
Yeah, I just switched
He's
over
home.
to my mic. I just got home.
Oh man, I kind of wanted you guys to hear like the whole process, but for some reason, like the connection just went away.
No, we heard you smoozing the cop.
Yeah.
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 Oh, okay.
I was whispering to
the
you.
one that was out on the that other call that we were on together.
Yeah.
The borough. No, I was whispering to you. I was like, you have to tell him we're recording him.
I didn't hear anything. I couldn't hear you guys. I was just on there like, all right, man, you'll take care of this guy later.
We heard you. It's fine.
You know, the reason why something's got to be nice is because.
Whoa.
Exactly.
Hello.
What the fuck?
There you go.
There you go.
They can always do favors like, hey, man, take that dog to the shelter. Like, and they'll be like, oh, I got you, bro.
All right. Well, that's all we got for today. We had it was a fun little mishmash episode.
Good deal. So did we not do Joe's interview?
We didn't. We
Okay.
didn't want to we didn't want to take that away from you.
Oh, all right. Cool.
Everyone have a great week and
All right, gentlemen.
talk to y'all later.
Have a safe weekend, everybody. Stay safe. Don't get too
Be
drunk.
safe. Yeah.
Stay
That's right.
safe
Be
out there.
safe.
I'll try not to get hit with any sausages.
I like that sausage,
Damn.
boy.
Have you?
But you know what? What an awesome thing to do to a vegan. Toss him a piece of meat.
That is funny.
It makes it double the insult. Like, he probably looked at me. He saw animal protection on the side of the truck. He looked. Yeah, he's a fucking vegan.
He's a fucking vegan.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait to tell that story. I'm going to tell it on the podcast, and I cannot wait. I was trying to tell my freaking supervisor, and I couldn't stop but laughing when I was telling him about it.
I would have picked that fucking
Oh my
thing up
goodness.
and just taken a bite right out of it, making eye
Hell
contact
yeah.
with him the whole time.
No, you know what I would have
when
done?
it hit me, it fell onto the floor.
I still would have
like
done
in
it.
the
It would have been
Wait,
fucking
so-
worth it.
Were you driving though, or were you parked?
So we were at a red light.
Oh, I would have fucking picked that patty up and frisbeed that shit right back at him.
Well, no, the little bitch rolled his window up immediately. He throws it, and he rolls his window up like a little bitch immediately.
throw it to
I
a
would
dog.
have thrown it in the back
Put on
window.
the windshield.
But like, also, I like food too much. I wouldn't throw my food at you. Like, I'd fucking flip you the bird or something. But
Yeah.
I am not throwing my food.
I'll throw a wrapper at you.
Yeah,
Oh my god, so fucking funny.
that's hella funny. So, all right, adios, guys.
All right.
Later,
cheers.
fellas.
Take care.
Night.
Take care, everybody. Good night.
later.
Peace.
Say.
Thank you for listening to the Humane Roundup Podcast. Please take a moment to rate and review the show wherever you listen to podcasts. Want to get in touch with us? Visit humaneroundup.com. Email us at humaneroundup@gmail.com. Text us or leave us a voicemail at 916-241-3464 or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Humane Roundup.